Hello Sagittarius, this is Victoria and I'm here with your October tarot forecast. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm gonna run straight into the reading. Just a quick reminder that this is for Sun, Moon and Rising Sagittarius. So if you're watching for a Sun sign, please check out videos for your other placements as well. We will start with a quick oracle message. I've got the Angels and Ancestors deck today. It's one of my favorites. And then we'll proceed with looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get your guidance from your person of interest. We'll get your guidance from the universe on how to best navigate the energies of the month of October. And at the end, we'll get a message from your person of interest. So definitely stick around for that. And by all means, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Definitely like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you'd like to see more of. Alright, with all that said, let's see what we have for Sagittarius. It's such an interesting weather right now because we're getting definitely into that fall vibe with much cooler temperatures, but in the middle of the day with lots of sun, in the sun, it's actually pretty hot. Like this part of my body is actually almost like burning up. This one, the head is feeling fine, so that's what matters, right? All right, so Sagittarius, you've got the Elder card, healing through the lineage. Oh my God, October is just a month that's like doctor prescribed for looking into your lineage, connecting with your ancestors. The veil becomes very, very thin. And you can ask me in the comments if you're interested in this topic more, if you'd like me to add more videos on the channel specifically for this. I'll definitely be doing some of the tarot readings in October connected with it, especially towards the end of the months when we have Samhain, we have the Day of the Dead, we have All Saints and Halloween, right? Those holidays that are more connected to this, they are the peak, I guess, of this energy. But by all means, feel free to ask me for it, and maybe I'll do one ahead of that time, or I can also do videos where I can speak more on how to connect, what would be the reasons, the themes, the questions to ask, how can you find out more, things like that, if that's the question. For instance, maybe there are specific patterns in terms of healing that if, for example, you know that in your lineage there were problems with handling money or people speaking their truths. And I mean, I know it sounds very kind of umbrella term that can apply to pretty much any family, right? Especially in those older days, because society at large was very different, right? And that's why I'm giving you these examples. But of course there's detail, there's nuance to each of them, right? There's a story there that God inherited then and picked up by future generations. So you might not even know that some of the blocks that you're dealing with, or some of the scenarios in life that you're not happy about, are actually connected to your lineage, not even to you directly. But as descendants, we get to, if our ancestors didn't deal with it properly, then we get an opportunity to do that. That's the essential concept of generational karma. With all that said, Sagittarius, for your love life, you have Two of Wands. I'll be pointing this here. Sorry, I really didn't want my face to be in the sun, but I'm not the most important part of the reading, right? So for the cards, I'll do my best. Sorry, I have a dog next to me and she's having the best time in the yard. Yep, there's the dog. Then you have Three of Pentacles in reverse. And you have Ten of Wands. For your career space, you have Ten of Cups. You have King of Pentacles. And the High Priestess. This is Pisces energy. Could be dealing with the Pisces. And for the advice from the universe, you have the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy. you have Queen of Pentacles, and you have Justice. This is Libra energy. And a reminder that we are in Libra time. Sorry, I think I got bitten by a mosquito. That's my karma, part of it. Okay, bottom of the deck is Five of Pentacles, actually. Maybe not a great card to start with, but what I wanted to point out quickly, even before I go deeper into the read, that it has this kind of like breakage between light and shadow, and that's what you see with me, almost the same angle. And it's very interesting to understand the dynamic of what it represents and how it depends on the context and how quickly it can change, right? I can go here and see I have full of light on my face. I can go here and my face is more in a shadow, and it will take my camera a moment to adjust to that for you to be able to see me. So a lot of times it's a matter of perception, right? And I know this is another cliche phrase to say, but in terms of, are you lonely? Are you lucky in life? Are you abundant or not? Sorry guys, I think there's a squirrel or something there, but hopefully she'll stop in a minute. It's a matter of perspective in terms of you know, you can reframe the reality, right? You think your thoughts, but you're not your thoughts, and it's up to you to be able to structure like what the events that are happening to you, the circumstances that you encounter, how they shape your life, how they impact you. With all that said, so for your personal space and love life, you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. I mean, speaking of loneliness and feeling like you may not have any choice, or the choice you're making is usually taking you into a place of loneliness. It's kind of a pattern here. It's kind of an overall message that I see in the personal space, right? Where it may feel like even if you have a partner, if you have friends nearby, that somehow they don't understand you, right? Or they're getting you to make choices that you aren't very comfortable with. It's only getting more burdensome, right? And you're hearing all the stories about relationship needing to bring value into your life, right? To add joy and fun and happiness, right? It's like, well, something doesn't match here, right? So there is this question also of obligation versus freedom, and I'll talk a little bit more about it when we get to the third question of the spread, where we have the Justice card. But yeah, there could be an opportunity there to reframe your reality, or to see where maybe it's actually time to walk away from certain patterns, from certain people, from saying yes where you mean no, and the other way around. But important part here that I'm hearing that I'm supposed to share is that at first it's important to acknowledge that that's part of the problem. Not just to say, okay, that person doesn't let me, be my authentic self, right? Or that person never, does what I love doing, or something like that. It's like, well, so make choices, right? If you're agreeing to something or even someone in your life that in your own view doesn't bring that value, joy, happiness, that's the choice you are making, right? For one or the other reason. And you can look into it more specifically, and of course you can inspect more of why this is happening and particular examples. But even without it, like that accountability is a very important part of the process, because otherwise you become in a victim position. In a drama triangle, that would be the victim position, and that only is going to perpetuate that cycle where the reality is going to respond to you with what you believe is true. All right, before I run out of time, while I still have some time in the shade, for your career space, you have Ten of Cups, King of Pentacles, and by the way, we have Queen of Pentacles as well, so we have a couple. There is a great opportunity for a great partnership with someone, right? Where you speak the same language, you maybe have the same business goals, right? It can be directly your business partner, it could be just a friend, a mentor, even some influencer that caught your eye, right? And you decided to sign up one of those webinars that are being marketed these days, right? It's one of the main tools. Brilliant, perfect. That person can actually show you what the Ten of Cups may look like for you. And for those who are new to tarot, Ten of Cups is that highest level of emotional fulfillment. I sometimes compare it with the top of the Maslow pyramid, with the self-actualization, where you feel on top of the world because you feel like your potential is realized fully, you're creating impact in life, of people around you, and you have the most fun doing it. So the key, this person can show you the key to what that is, to what that vision could be, or what is the missing piece right now. But it's very important to still continue listening to your own intuitive guidance, right? To connect to your higher power, right? To pay attention to signs and synchronicities rather than just go with whatever somebody else is doing, or even if they give you specific advice, right? Like your intuition is going to be 100% stronger and more correct and more appropriate for what you're doing, right? And not to say that this will be bad advice, but sometimes the timing is not right. Sometimes there are some nuances that this person may not know of, right? Because they will work with what you give them. And we usually say that, divine plan is always better than my plan. And it's important to really trust in that notion, right? And that doesn't mean don't do anything, just like wait and see what the divine has for you. Sometimes that could be the phase, the approach. But most of the time it means, yes, of course, take aligned action, based on what your intuition is telling you and where you're guided to go. But don't necessarily seek to copy and paste somebody else's approach and way to reach success just because you feel like you want the same for yourself. Advice. The Hierophant, the Queen of Pentacles, and Justice. Two major arcanas here. This is big. This is like you're being guided through some specific karmic lessons that you're supposed to take in and to grow from. And there is a big opportunity for abundance, for discovering new opportunities for where your life is taking you. And it doesn't have to be money directly. It could be opportunity to relocate to where you could only dream to live. Opportunity, to change your daily routine, where maybe previously you wanted to have mornings to yourself, but this was your busiest time at work. And now things are changing around and you're able to dedicate those mornings to yourself, right? It could look different in 3D, but there's definitely an opportunity to unlock that space for yourself. The conditions are, again, connection with your higher power, something that I've already mentioned, right? This specifies it even more directly. And on the other side, it's finding balance, right? It's balance of me versus we, right? What is the right thing to do for myself versus the right thing to do for others? And it's important to find that balance where, you don't cause conscious harm to somebody else, but also you show a lot of respect and even reverence to what your needs and wants and passions are, right? Because this is going to be a baseline, it's going to be the foundation for what this new level of abundance, guidance, and actually becoming leader will be for you, right? The leader in your domain, in what you've achieved. Okay, last but not least, let's get some messages for Sagittarius from their personal interest. Messages for Sagittarius. We have Temperance, clarified by Seven of Swords, and the World. Wow. Yeah, so your person is definitely working through some karmic topics right now. I don't see much here about the two of you. With the exception was the message that I get that with the Wheel, they see that no matter how loving and sometimes how triggering this relationship, this dynamic is for your person, they do understand that it's necessary, that it's divinely orchestrated for them, that this is something that maybe they've been avoiding for a while, but now there's no avoidance anymore. They have to face it. They have to deal with their shadow, with their demons through this experience. And doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you, but it means that, in combination, you kind of trigger that in them, at least until they work through it, right? There's certain things they were lying to themselves about why their life turned out the way it did, why they were or were not able to do certain things. And now the truth is coming to light, and it takes a lot of integration, a lot of patience to understand how it fits into the general pattern of life, right? Into the structure, why this information is given, what do I do with it, right? How do I reconcile my personal guilt and shame and anger as well with also the love and kindness and compassion that I am and that I'm also seeking, right? There are big topics here, existential crisis level of topics, but I would say that it's like with the world card here, it's like the whole world is changing for your person essentially, and it's not easy to take on. It's not easy to to accept. So it may take a minute, and it's up to you, of course, Sagittarius, of what you decide to do with it. But yeah, if anything, let your person process this information and these patterns and these scenarios, and then the both of you can see with their new energy, reality, vibration, whether the two of you still make sense, or maybe you'll see yourself in different paths. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope this was useful. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and until next time,